Board
For a
Member
long time,
Judson.
You've been in grade school.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Board Member Ayers.
I got.
McMahon.
Present.
Pierce.
Here's my
Okay, Angela's not. Police Moran.
Here.
Fire
Police
Robertson.
Here.
Street Bowles, no. Mechanic Collins, no. Park Pitts,
Here.
yes. Cemetery Waymire.
Here.
Building Commissioner Pound. And Sewer Olson.
Did you order the pledge in the city hall? Is that-
Okay.
How'd you know?
Okay, minutes of previous meeting. Did everybody get a chance to look over the minutes of the previous
The
meeting?
previous two meetings. they
Previous
got it.
two meetings?
Yep. There's a copy there for everybody if they want to take home.
I make the motion that we
Accept them as read.
accept them as read.
Motion Judson, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mahan.
Board Member Ayers. Mayor Lamb.
Yeah.
Board Member Turtle. Or Pierce.
Aye.
Board Member Jensen.
Yes.
Board Member McMahon.
Aye.
And it would be all ayes.
What about Purtle? Well, how did he vote?
Turtle's not on this board.
He abstained.
He abstained. Now, if a certain guy was sitting out there where you're at, he'd say, Lynn, can I vote?
Yeah, yeah, really,
Mr. Ball.
yeah.
I'll make that motion.
Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? Any citizens present to address the board?
Don't see any. Well, Pete's here.
Pete?
He's not a citizen.
I live in Terre Haute.
Oh, okay.
Although next thing you can go to the question. We'll have, do I have a motion to do sewer adjustments 1 through 6?
I so move.
I make the second.
Jean,
McMahon.
Damn.
Second, Judson.
Board Member Ayers,
Aye.
Mayor Lamb,
Aye.
Board Member
Aye.
Pierce,
Aye.
Board Member McMahon,
Aye.
Board Member Judson.
Purtle and I vote yes.
Okay, all ayes.
Okay, do we have a motion to pay claims 1 through 37 and manual?
I so move.
And I'll second.
McMahon.
Hey, we gotta do that. We gotta set up.
Board
a
Member
time.
Ayers,
Aye.
Mayor Lamb,
Aye.
Board Member Pierce,
Aye.
Board Member McMahon,
Aye.
and Board Member Judson,
Yes.
and Pip Turtle.
And Purtle.
Okay.
Judson and Purtle.
All ayes.
And don't forget our time. Sweet first Tuesday.
We can do that on board comments. Department reports, please.
For the month of December, city police responded to 151 calls. We've installed 2 of the 3 radar units that we purchased through our grant through the Wabash Valley Community Foundation. Again, I want to say thank you for that. So far, the radar units are working great, and we're trying to put those to good use. The reserves, we've had reserves, the new ones, they've come out, they've been coming out as often as they can, and they've been helping us out in our department, and trying out, so
Good job.
Good job, thank you. Fire department, Robert.
For the month of December, we had 24 rescue and fire calls and 46 ambulance calls, total of 70 calls. Everything's going pretty smooth so far. We do have one guy that's going to be out for a while, Doug Brooks. Everybody hasn't heard, he's had heart bypass and he's doing pretty good. Hopefully he'll be coming home this weekend or first next week, so it'll be a lot else to be fun and a lot of shifts for him, so other than that, that's all I got.
They did find a heart.
They did find a heart, whether it's good or bad.
Poor old Chubby.
It was really, really blocked though, so.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's
Yeah.
lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. We can't say it's from a lot of donuts because he's not a policeman.
Not anymore.
But yeah, and I think I speak for the rest of the board in the city of Sullivan. Just want it to be publicly noted that we definitely do. Our prayers and our thoughts are with Doug Brooks.
Absolutely.
We thank him for all his years of service, and we definitely hope everything goes well, and he's in our thoughts and prayers. So, absolutely.
I was up there the other day and he did give me hell on the shot.
Street department. Mayor Bowles.
Okay, mostly been, of course, last week, we got trash, pushing snow, Actually, trash went pretty good last week, even though with the snow. We had some offenders, what do you want to call them, community corrections helping us. Chris Livingston sent his guys in to help us. On the snow deal last week, Greg helped, what's he got down there, about 8.5 hours. Chris was out about a total 10.5 hours, and plus these 8 hours regular, and the rest of the street had about 57.25 comp hours. And Brandon had about 10 hours. Everybody kind of pitched in to help. And this week on the trash, going a little slower because you can't stand up. We got about, just about half of Wednesdays are out there. Got Tuesdays done, about half of Wednesdays. So we're working on again tomorrow. I bought about 21 ton of salt. I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And they're down, they delivered another 20 ton. Right where Brandon's out, downloading it. So that's about it.
Okay, yeah, I think, for the record, we definitely have had a lot of calls and emails and people stopping on the street and we'd like to thank the street department for their hard work and had a lot of good compliments on it. Few, not so good, few comments, but majority compliments. And we want to thank Greg and Chris and some of the others that did come out in addition to the street department to help you guys out. So you guys handled it very well. You were out early, and for the most part, you did a pretty good job, or excellent job, fantastic job. For some of those that are concerned, I don't know where else you want us to put the snow.
I was gonna say, that's the thing,
There's a few concerns about some of the piles, but you know, what else do you do? So
I've only had about 6 complaints. So.
You should around turn 4300.
I had one, but Chris took care of it. Tim, I got one thing. Last week, when they picked up trash, they missed Cherry Street.
Okay.
So tell them to make sure they get it.
And as
Cause
far-
I know last week, I think they were in a truck just picking it up and throwing it in.
Yeah, some of them were. Yeah,
And
we.
they don't normally maybe know the route.
Okay.
But there are a couple there on Cherry that didn't get picked up.
Yeah.
They're between,
I sent somebody with them
Silverdale
that didn't know the route though.
Uh-huh.
So. Yeah, we'd had 2 on the trash truck each day, and then the others was picking up in the trucks.
yeah.
And as far as the trash route goes, I think there was some confusion with some of the residents last week because of the snow. They didn't know if you were still gonna come, and I know several residents that, since there was a delay, they put their trash out, they brought it back in, and they might not got it out. And there were some folks that just didn't think you guys were coming through at all. We tried to communicate to the Sullivan Times, we tried to communicate through Facebook and just getting the word out. But I think there was some confusion, so if it's all right with the rest of the board, I think we should continue for one additional week. Looks like last month we set aside for 2 weeks for extra trash pickup. I think we should extend that 1 week. That way, if people do have extra bags next week, that due to some of the confusion with the snow from Christmas that they might not have got out, I'd like to do 1 more week of unlimited bags.
So you go pick it up, come in.
I don't think it was unlimited, we gave them 8 bags.
Or what, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Eight bags.
That's what it was.
8 bags,
8
8 bags.
You're not running for office.
Christmas and
Come
for
on.
the week of New Year's, so I think we should do that.
Did you-
So I guess I make a motion that we continue just 1 more week of an 8 bag
Yeah.
week. And do I have a second?
I'll second
Second, yes.
that. Garfield's hair went straight up when you said that.
Who seconded that?
I did.
Max. Who else?
Max the
First time
Pearl.
it's called that.
Board member McMahon. Board member McMahon.
Aye.
Board member Pierce. Marilyn.
Max.
Yes.
Board member Max Purtle, Johnson, whatever.
That's me, whatever, whenever, just call on me.
Okay, park department.
Everything's quiet.
Snowy.
It's all there.
Christmas in the park. Okay, cemetery.
Yeah, that's all.
For the month of December, we had 5 funeral services.
There's more activity in the cemetery than there was in the
Yeah.
park.
I didn't have any sale of grave spaces. We received 5 payments on grave spaces, 2 foundation orders, and 1 donation. We took in a total of $4,476.
All still looking up.
What'd you take in, Chris?
$4,476.
Yeah, and you should've been here earlier, because Jeannie grabbed the snow shovel to go out and shovel snow, and one of his worker comes out and goes, "What's she doing?" I said, "Well, she's shoveling snow." Chris goes, "You better get out there, 'cause I ain't ready to dig her grave yet."
Uh-oh.
I said, I've shoveled a lot of snow my whole life.
Well, see, I always thought Karen got a good job earlier, don't you?
Okay. As far as the planning commission, the building commissioner, he's not here today, in the sewer department. New old business. Item number 1, storage of records in the clerk's office.
Yeah, I'm filled up here. Nikki's working on it right now. I went out to Walmart and bought some more tubs. And we're trying to get 4 years out of it. Back here in this closet is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 11 is in the closet right behind Ron, and 12's out. I gotta move 12 in behind Ron, move 11 over here, and I have no space for it. So, we're putting them in totes, and we're gonna take them over to the high rise. But eventually, we're gonna run out of room over there too.
Last time I was
So-
Oh, yeah.
So when can you get rid of some?
Well, funny you should ask that, because I filled out a sheet when I had those 2 AARP workers. They went through all that stuff that was over the top of the fire department when I first started, and the fire marshal said it needed to come down because it was fire hazard, so it was stacked up along that wall, and of course when we done this, we had to get it moved out, but anyway, I done the stuff and took it to the records retention meeting, and supposedly they sent it to the state. I have never ever heard back from them. So the next meeting we have, I'm gonna dig out that same paper that I done, and on some of those things that I've got down there, I'm just gonna add 2 or 3 more years, because there's certain things you gotta keep like 5 years, certain things you gotta keep 7 years, some things you can get rid of after 3 years. So I'm just gonna add these other years, but right now we're just talking about storage. And there's really no place to store it anywhere else either.
You got some room at your house?
I see, who moved to West Washington that's got a 2 or 3 story house?
Hey, we got all kinds of junk in that place already.
And he's wanting to get rid of that old garage, he can build you a nice storage building back there.
But I guess maybe,
You can have the old garage.
I guess the reason I put that on there was just, I was gonna let you know that I'm gonna do another records retention thing and add some years to it so that whenever it comes
So our
back.
room over at the high rise is getting pretty full.
Well, there's like the council minutes and Board of Works minutes and ordinances, all the older things that's in those great big books. I mean, you can't get rid of those. So those gotta stay.
Well, 3 or 4 years ago, we brought 2 or 3 pickup loads over here, and it didn't look like it even moved anything out of that.
Yeah.
The police department, beside the fire station / it's got all kinds of records and stuff out there as
Stuff
well.
full of-
Yeah. I just,
There's no way that we can digitalize all this at all. That'd be quite an undertaking, but is there any of it that we could? I was thinking about that when we were going through some of the
Well,
records the other day.
you
with
can
some
do
of the-
that. Or a microfilm
Because
or
the
something?
county was talking about trying to do that to get rid of, because they have no space either, but I think the cost is just,
too much.
Prohibitive.
Yeah. Because they said you could put it on microfilm, and that way you'd have it if you ever had to go back and look for it. But can you imagine what that would be?
Well, it's definitely something we're gonna have to start looking into.
That would be a major point,
Organization.
So Don, didn't have another room, or do we rent that room that you've got over there, or how's that
No,
work?
they just couldn't have it.
Okay.
It's like a storage closet or something, and it's not very big, but
Are they at full capacity? We could Get an apartment.
get a room.
An entire apartment. While you're over there, you go to the bathroom, look at the records.
That's fine, an apartment in case he gets kicked out of his house.
That was a good one, Sue. I like that.
That's what I'm building the garage for. Let's see.
Doghouse is big enough.
Yeah.
He said, move to hell, it's gonna be a
Okay, well, that's something we definitely need to start looking into, so. Other than that, are there any other board comments?
Yes, I want to make a motion that we meet first Tuesday at 5 o'clock
For 2013?
for 2013.
You just don't like that 6 o'clock, do you?
No.
He does not, no.
What do you got going on in the evenings?
I will not tell. I live a very sheltered life.
I disagree.
You do?
Yeah, I think we need to meet no earlier than 6.
Huh?
I think we need to meet no earlier
Oh,
than
no,
6.
this is about personnel, really 5 is.
Motion, okay,
This
so
is
Max made a motion to have the Board of Works meeting at what?
5 o'clock, the
5
first
o'clock.
Tuesday of the month, first Tuesday. First Tuesday.
He says no.
So we have a motion, do we have a second?
What about the employees? I mean, the street department heads here, what do they think about it? I'm sorry to interrupt, but
No,
what's
it's,
their feeling on this?
2 o'clock in the afternoon sounds pretty good.
We used to do it in the afternoon.
yeah, mostly the Board of Works is about personnel, very
No, it's not anymore.
It's
If
quite a
somebody,
bit.
if somebody wants to close a street for a festival or anything, they have to
Yeah,
come to the Board
usually,
of Works now.
yeah, but see, that is that'd be one time in maybe a
Well,
year.
or for, I mean, I don't know how many times we've had people come for things like that. And if they're working, they can't come that early.
How does it fit your plans?
I can make it.
Oh, you can make it whatever time, okay.
But we gotta think about the public and the, you know, department heads. I think.
2
we should.
o'clock. Tim says 2.
2 o'clock wouldn't work for me.
I just think we need to be accessible for the public. If someone has a sewer problem, they wanna come to the Board of Works meeting. If Chris and Tim and whoever hasn't gotten it resolved, I just think we need to be accessible for the public, and I think at 5 o'clock it's too early. If they work out of town, they can't be home by 5.
Christian to be home by 6.
Exactly.
I worked in town.
They are
You're
pushing it to
to
be home by 6.
So is the motion still stand?
Yeah, the motion, as of right now,
I
the
made the
motion.
motion.
So do we have a
On
second?
the first Tuesday.
So that's what the motion is.
Uh-huh.
And do we have a second? Any motion, would you like a second?
No.
Are there any other board comments or anything else to
He went
discuss?
to the 5.
Well,
He didn't speak up, did he?
we'll see how good the turnout is.
Okay, so as far as other board comments,
So what are we doing? We leaving at 6?
do we have a motion? I mean, I guess, I don't think we need a motion, it just stays the same, doesn't it, unless it's changed,
Well, at this point, it's at 4, so.
with the exception of.
But that's because.
I know, but we got
The
some sense
original.
of the,
Okay.
what time did you tell them
Would
that
somebody,
they
would
changed it?
somebody like to make a motion?
I was gonna wait and see what happened at the meeting tonight, because I was told that it was gonna be brought up to change the time, so I'm just.
I'll make the motion
You
that
made
we have
this.
it at first Tuesday night at 6 o'clock.
Okay, so there is a motion for the first Tuesday in the month at 6, and do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Pierce.
Motion dead. Huh? That was Jimmy.
So it's just going
I'm
from
just
Wednesday
gonna
to
say
Tuesday.
motion to keep the same.
We have a motion and a second, and we have roll call.
Maybe, might have been right. Okay.
Was it
Board
not-
member Judson.
No,
Judson, Max. No.
Hurdle says no.
Ayers.
Aye.
Aye. Mayor Lamb.
Aye.
Board member.
That doesn't matter.
Aye.
Board member Pierce.
Aye.
Okay, so we got a 4-2.
That's right. Me and Pearl.
See, Max and I can disagree on
Oh,
things.
sure.
That's right.
Heaven's sakes. Karen, I just.
Well, that's our, I just hope that's our biggest issue in 2013.
Yeah. 4 ayes, 1 nay. Okay.
During
I
Pearl,
can
it
see the
doesn't
head.
count?
I can see the headline now, controversy starts in 13.
Yeah. And Pearl votes no. Bring up Dave, she was going down this and she called Pearl on a vote.
I meant to say Pierce.
Okay, one thing, one comment I have, on January the 15th, there'll be a steering committee meeting for our comprehensive plan. Everybody remembers last year we received that $40,000 grant to pursue this first comprehensive master plan since 1945. And Jim Exine and Jack Alexander and I met a few weeks ago with the firm up in Indianapolis on the Senator-elect Joe Donnelly, and discussing the long-term plan, and it was requested by the firm, Beam Longest and F, who's doing the work with the city, that we form somewhat of a 20-member committee of people throughout the city, business leaders, community leaders, residents, anybody that wants to be involved, realtors, to start to put together a master plan for the city's future. So, if anybody is interested in serving on this committee, please contact me, and if you could put my email address, Pete, if you can help us get that out. Contact City Hall by email or give us a call here at City Hall. So, just like to open it up to members of the community for their input and a chance to serve and guide the direction of our city. That's the only comments I have. Does anybody else have anything? We have a motion to adjourn.
Brandon would say.
You already sketched it, mechanic.